This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle sports and gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And tonight we'll talk some Nightwing 129 through 132, more Marv Wolfman from, what was that, 2007? And after Kristen's rant last week, I saw something online that we'll see. Yeah, now, well, I want to get your thoughts on it.
I was like, wait, what was my rant last week?
About, James Gunn's DC, about, that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How I was just sad that it meant we might not see the other Robins, and how I thought it was too bio-centered.
Well, I did see somebody online was saying, did they say, is the movie going to be called Brave and the Bold or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
They were like, maybe they're not putting Batman in the title because maybe the Batman in the movie is going to be Dick.
I mean, they keep showing that picture that's from when Dick and Damian were Batman and Robin. But I don't know if... See, I feel like we're used to not having nice things, so I'm just assuming it's a mistake or something.
Yeah, but what about Dick and Damian? Because he's a better father to Damian than Bruce ever was.
Ouch, burn.
Well, it's true. So, I was gonna say, don't give up.
Sadly, the way that too many writers write Bruce, it's not a high bar.
No.
Which sucks because it should be.
So don't give up hope. We might get Dick Grayson in a movie. Might just cover up that pretty face. All right. Should we get to these issues? Because I don't think. Trying to think. I don't think there was any Dick Grayson appearances this week. Well, last week.
I don't think so. Have you watched the Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special yet?
Yes, he is not in that. So. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it because they had a bunch of couples. I was waiting for him and Barbara, but nothing.
Is Barbara in it at all, or is it just villains?
It's mostly villains. Like every so often they'll do cutaways of like famous DC couples, like telling their love story. Like Superman and Lois opened it up. Hawkman and Hawkgirl were in there. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's mostly villains.
Oh yeah, I did know Hawkgirl because the people from Abbott Elementary are the voices of Hawkman. And
yes, yes.
All right. Well, now I can just delay watching it longer.
Yeah, it's
I keep
being
like, oh yeah, I should watch that, but I don't have time right now.
But yes, Dick's not in it in any way, shape, or form. So,
okay.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think we even see Batman. So, but yeah, it's a weird episode. Good, but weird. All right, so.
All right, then.
Nightwing 129. Yeah, I like that cover.
So these I thought were pretty good.
I
think so. What was it? Oh yeah, there was some kind of, like I said last time, there were some kind of weird things with women, and I do think that there were a couple times when I felt like, are you pushing Dick too far? And they're like, I'm angry and I might kill, but then he would always pull back. But overall, I thought these ones were pretty interesting. I mean, the characters are interesting.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely something different. And you see them working together. New people.
Yeah. And how did you think? How did you feel? Medieval history teacher. We opened. I mean, not your time period, but yeah, we opened up in 1690.
No, it's not my time, but I do know some stuff about witches. So yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, I teach a class about witchcraft and magic in medieval and early modern Europe.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yes.
You could add a portion to the. They have the TV series out now based the Mayfair Witches based on Anne Rice's novels that is out now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I haven't read those books. Like I read the Interview with the Vampire books, but I never read the Mayfair Witches.
I've not read a full book of anything that Anne Rice wrote because once in college I went to the used bookstore and I was messing around with my friends and we picked up this book that was one of her Beauty and the Beast and started skimming through it, and I think it scarred me for life. I was like, oh my god, what is happening in this book?
Yeah, I never read those, but I think those
not Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, excuse me.
Okay.
Sleeping Beauty, but it is like really BDSM, and I was like, I was not prepared for that.
Oh my god, that it came up on my Facebook memories from a couple years ago when I shared the picture of the 50 Shades of Dick Grayson. It was around Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
So yes, this Bride and Groom guess have been around since 1690.
Yeah, although now you would know because you're more now they're not, they haven't been lurking around DC before this, right? They were new.
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah, they're brand new characters here, yeah.
Okay, cool. Weirdly, his hair doesn't Midnighter have hair kind of like that in some of his comics, that like mohawk?
Kind of, yeah.
Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, he's like a skinny, wimpy Midnighter. Except not, but when I first glanced at him, that's what I thought.
And we never really get into the explanation for their powers. I guess they're some kind of mutants or something. I don't know.
Well, I think she's supposed to be a witch, and I feel like he's supposed to be an incubus, maybe.
Maybe, but it's like,
I mean, yeah, they don't totally explain it, but that would be my guess.
But yeah, we basically see, yes, the groom tracking down, well, following a woman, and then we see Dick working out still with his bad arm.
Oh, I just wanted to comment. The picture in the back, that's obviously supposed to be Bruce, Dick, Alfred, and Tim. But everybody looks so, like, when I first glanced at it, I thought, oh, that's cute. And then I leaned in and I was like, why does Dick look bald? Why does Tim look like an old man with a comb over?
Well, again, it's in the background, kind of out of focus, so.
No, I know, but it was cracking me up.
I know.
And Bruce's dopey little smile.
That's the disguise.
It made me laugh once I saw it.
But yeah, the news is still talking about that building implosion. Remember when Lex blew up those scientists last time?
Indeed.
But yeah, Dick doing all his one arm push-ups and handstands.
I also liked how the apartment's decorated. When you see over the TV, he has Flying Grayson's poster and some pictures of him and his parents. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. But then he falls over. He's like, I gotta find something else to do. Yelling at the TV all day sucks.
Yeah, I can see that. Particularly yelling at the news. There's so much to yell at.
Oh, yeah.
Also, that was pretty funny about him with the hot dog. Although, I always thought it was supposed to be that some of the best hot dogs are the ones that come from the guys on the street.
Yeah, you think? I don't know. Yeah, I thought so too.
And Dick, after all those years with Alfred, has such a refined palate now.
Yeah. Or maybe not all of them have the best.
No, that's true. He found the one bad guy.
But then he goes in this bookstore and
The bookcase.
looking for some old books on obscure Asian fighting techniques, preferably from before the Kung Fu craze.
Yeah, because he's talking about that. Or assassin with the iPod, right?
Oh yeah, who we never get back to, but yeah.
Our bitchin' assassin.
But then he sees a young lady and he smiles at her. Well, of course, she's a redhead, so come on.
And then we see the bad guy. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Groom's like, I found one. Mm. Then we see nighttime. Nightwing's on the motorcycle.
Yep.
Thinking he needs a life for Dick Grayson. He has money, but he needs, I can't be by myself 24/7.
True.
Then he remembers Bruce is having a party tomorrow night. But then, oh yes, we see he's still checking on Raptor's family.
Yep.
Look, he got the mother a job at Wayne Shipping.
Yep. Tomasi Industries.
No.
I think that was the editor here. I will admit, the first time this confused me. So not that part. He's talking to the mom, and then when we show the kid Philip, and somebody's like, "Check out Robertson Street, number 196, the brownstone. You won't regret it." I thought that was Nightwing. So then when Nightwing follows him and then is beating up on the guy, I was like, "Wait, I'm so confused." And then I went back and realized, oh, it's in shadow, so we don't know who it is.
Exactly. And then we see Bride and Groom with the girl from the bookstore all tied up.
Yep. On Staten Island, worst part of New York City.
Ah. But yes, they're basically like, or at least Brad is like an energy vampire, or life force. I guess yes, Groom's been trying to get Brad to marry him since 1690.
Yep.
Over 300 years, it might happen.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I know. So yeah, so then we see at Nightwing tracking down Philip and.
Wait, but can we appreciate his answering machine? This is the stately Grayson loft.
Ah!
Classic.
Oh yeah, Ryan leaves him a message. Can you come down to Bone? Someone wants to meet you. But then Dick tracks down Philip, but him and this bouncer guy get into a fight.
I know this part I kind of didn't like because it felt too Bruce.
Yeah. Like Dick's not the one that jumped to conclusions instead.
Well, maybe jumped to conclusion, but I don't know. It just felt like him fighting the guy. Felt like really rude.
Mm-hmm. But he discovers that we think it was something sinister, but yes, Philip's hanging out at this hospice. Because there's even a priest there. And the bouncer guy turns out to be United States Marine Corps. Captain of the Martial Arts Squad. Yeah, the priest says, yes, he's here because, yeah, house with this many young people draws predators. So,
It's like, you're surprised you didn't research it a little bit or whatever.
I know what Dick says. Yeah, Philip was ready to go home, but he promised he'd call his mom and talk. Nothing else to do, so he leaves, and then he, yes, goes to Gotham for Bruce's party.
Yep.
So got on a plane at JFK at 7:30. Got into Gotham before 8. Bruce's party didn't start.
Which again is some like weird, confusing stuff. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's like a private plane. I mean, because New York City and since Gotham's kind of sort of supposed to be in New Jersey, it's like not that far. But I guess if you get a plane at 7:30 and you arrive before 8, that is pretty close together.
Yeah, it has to be further than that though, because like for him to think, I don't know.
I mean, planes go pretty fast, so
Yeah. But he's just waiting for Bruce to mention his arm still in the sling. But Bruce is like, "Oh, congratulations on the Raptor case."
yeah, I'm a little surprised they're talking about it that openly.
Yes, in the middle of the party. I'm like, but that's not Bruce. Bruce would be, anyone else. Bruce would be like, no.
Right.
But then Bruce mentions the building implosion, and it's like, there's no way you missed that. The Avatar Company on the 6th floor is rented by a consortium of LexCorp ex-scientists. We both know it's no coincidence they're project managers on the Raptor program. Then he's like, you're just trying to distract from your injury. But then he's like, been there all too often. Actually, my back still hurts from that time with Bane. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be no one's paying attention, but I mean, yeah, like Bruce is going on and on about how like Bane like broke his back. I'm like, okay. No.
Right, yeah. I mean, I could see them doing it a little more in code.
Either that or at least stepping into another room or something.
Whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm glad for the conversation because it was good. Obviously, I love this kind of stuff, but I was surprised that it was just happening out in the open.
I know. But yeah, but Bruce says he has to play host, but then he's like, but please stay. It's been too long. I'd love to catch up. Again, great work, Dick. You make me proud.
That's right.
So
beautiful.
And then Alfred, I see you've spoken with Master Bruce. Well, how did it go?
And it went great.
But yeah, then later on we see him laying on the bed. Bruce and I spoke until long after 2. I finally had to go to bed. I think he went out on patrol.
Of course.
But then he sees the message from Ryan, so he's like, "Oh, get down there tomorrow." I mean, yeah, Bruce should be kind of, hey, let's sit down and talk, because I mean, Dick did almost die. They almost lost Dick, so he should.
It's hard to keep up since they're doing weird.
I know.
Skips, but then he gets a job. Yes, teaching trapeze. Woo-hoo.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, because Ryan's like introducing to Jesse Walsh, who, it's like, guess he's the one in charge of the trapeze, the gym, the tennis courts, the pool. But he's like, yeah, we need someone with your experience, and you're good with the kids and can make your own hours. The pay is not great. Dick, money's not my concern. And to be honest, the pay is lousy.
Feels right.
Yeah, Jesse's like, yeah, I just need someone who cares. I'm like, that tells me you care a lot. Then we kind of get a downer of an ending. So that last panel, we see, yes, the girl Dick saw in the book in the bookstore is the one who Bride and Groom kidnapped. So,
which we pretty much already knew.
Yes.
Because we saw her tied up to the bed.
But we get the reminder, it's like, hey,
Yep.
this girl's still out there. And we get the Nightwing 130. Not the first cover where a woman in a wedding dress look like she is about to attack Dick, but remember that annual?
Yeah. Although I don't. Oh yeah.
Oh no, she
that's
might
true.
not. Was she wearing a wedding dress on the cover? I can't remember.
I don't think she was actually.
Okay. But this one opens. Oh, $17.90.
That's right. And we see them feeding.
Yep, all these powdered wigs trying to stop him. But then when we flash to the present, Dick's fighting a bunch of guys in a dump.
Well, wait, it seems like this is actually when he first meets her. Because he says, "I'm Thomas, soon to be a friend."
Yeah, it was kind of weird that first issue because I couldn't. I mean, he was with a woman, but I couldn't tell if it was her. But I'm guessing not.
No, because that's one weird thing though. Is it's not clear. It's in the first one. She's supposed to be Tituba's daughter.
Wow.
So she's already like 100 years old in 1790, although she doesn't look it.
No.
Because she's been feeding. So, yes. Then Dick's beating some dudes up at the dump.
Because, yeah, Dick's thinking about 31 people have gone missing since early last month. But then a bunch of their jewelry and stuff started showing up at pawn shops. So.
And it is revealed they're all around.
So yeah, Dick wants some answers, and they're like, "No, they didn't murder. We already found them when they're dead. They're already dead when we found them." But Dick's like, "Okay, where'd you find the bodies?" And the guy's like, "Are you blind? They're all around here."
And so they are.
So yeah, and then of course he sees the girl we saw in the bookstore. He's like, "Yeah, you guys didn't call the police? Yeah, right." Yeah, oh yeah, because they saw Groom dumping the bodies, but they're like, "Yeah, they got to even take their wallets." But then the cops show up, so Dick leaves. But yeah, he's thinking about the girl from the bookstore. I only saw her for a few seconds. She was full of life, happy, great smile. The newspaper said she was getting married that Sunday. Anna McGuire, 24. Pre-med, straight A's. Oh, another med student. Oh. Those are his types, redhead and pre-med. So yeah, she went missing.
She already had someone.
Yeah, she was married. She was missing. She went missing 4 weeks ago.
Then we see Bride and Groom again. We see how she sucks the guy out, sucks the life out. And somehow he sees people in different colors and knows that if they're red, has what she needs.
Yeah, I guess he sees their auras. Yeah, and whatever colors, but some colors are better than others. I see the world in the colors of emotion and pain. But yeah, he was saying he was going insane till he met her. was going to kill myself till I saw you. But when I did, when I saw them wanting to murder you, your soul was bared to me. And I finally knew the reason I'd been put on this earth. I understood. Oh, jeez. So, yes, he wants to keep her fed and share in her immortality. And, of course, he wants to marry her. But she's like, oh, you're sweet, but I found my own victims before you. He's like, yeah, you'd have to kill like 20 to find one good one.
Yeah, because she just did it indiscriminately, but he can find her.
Yep.
The ones she needs.
How many more times must I propose? Wonder how many times it's been over 300 plus years.
I don't know. I kind of wish they'd explained though more what it is. Or maybe it's just random. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is it mystical? Is it a genetic mutation?
Because it doesn't even seem to be the right kind, that it's a specific kind of person. Because, there's Anna, and then she goes in the next couple of issues and kills a bunch of those former criminals. So it doesn't necessarily seem.
It just seems like it's random almost. Yeah, it's not like a good person or a bad person. It just seems like completely random.
Yeah. So it's like, like you said, is it blood type or something? Because then that would be a lot of people, but you would never know that back in the 1790s.
Yeah, again, they really didn't give you like any criteria. It's just like it just seems like if your aura is whatever, but yeah, it's not like you're a good person or. Oh boy, and then Dick's checking Anna McGuire's autopsy as she's on the table, like open.
I like how they do the funny sheet in the comic books. I'm pretty sure they don't do that in the real world.
Oh, what? It's just like with the hole in the middle there, so you just see like the open stomach and stuff.
So that you can't see any of the private parts. I'm pretty sure they just do an autopsy.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so he says his PDA, his personal digital assistant. So is that kind of like a pager? Is this like a BlackBerry? What do you think this is?
I'm thinking it's like a BlackBerry or something, but
okay.
but also one, it's 2007, but two, it's Marv Wolfman, who I believe is already an older man at this point. So this is technology through an older man's eyes. So
fair enough. So
it's almost just like, oh, my cellular telephone is ringing. Let me see who's calling.
yeah.
But yes, then he's like, no, this is a mistake. It has to be. But yep, Raptor's family, well, except for Philip, the rest, his wife, the other kids are all dead.
Yeah, it really sucks.
But Dick's like, well, was this because of me? Did someone know they were my friends? But then he's like, wait, where's Philip? Which we see Bride and Groom have him and a bunch of passengers on the East River.
Well, yeah, they have him, and and they're on the ferry. But I love how they've got these two people tied up, and there are other people on there, and nobody's saying anything.
I did. Well, did they drain them? Because there's like people who look like they're passed out, and
yeah, that's true. Maybe he did something. She's like, you can't shut them up, Tom. Oh yeah, I've never affected so many at once. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I guess he's kind of put him to sleep or something.
Either that or she fed or something. I don't know.
Well, they're not shriveled up. He says I've never affected so many, so I think it's that.
Unless she just took like a little from everybody. I don't know.
No, he says he did it.
Oh.
But yeah, then she starts sucking from the old man when Nightwing shows up because he's tracking the phone.
Yeah.
Philip's phone, and then he's like, "What?"
Well, yeah, he gave Philip a phone, but he can track it. But yeah, he was thinking, he was going through the list in his head of people, his enemies who could have done this. But then he sees Bride trying to feed on Phillips. He's like, I never thought it was something like this. Yeah, he tries to drop kick her, gets blasted away. Says, Groom's like, odd. I've seen his aura before, but we've never. No matter, they can all be controlled. So what's with Dick's aura? Because of course it's blue, but it's like I don't think we've seen a blue aura yet.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't say.
Yeah. Once again, that's the thing. It's just like we're not getting any explanation of like the different colors or what's good, what's bad.
Yeah, it's like she wants red ones.
I guess.
But yeah, I'm not
she's
sure.
red. Because when he looks at her, she's red. So maybe because she wants people with the same aura as her. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess because she needs their life force. But yeah, it's kind of like I don't know what it is that makes you what color you are.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. But yeah, see, there's other blue people. Because see, then when you turn, after he throws the little wing ding at her, then
Oh yeah, I see one.
Thomas affects everybody's minds to panic, and you see a blue person. You see like purple, blue, green.
Yes.
And they're kind of fighting. Nightwing. He's like, no one's piloting the ferry.
Well, yeah. Well, Groom tries to put him to sleep, but he fights it.
And the ferry crashes.
Yeah, wingdings are in the shoulder. Yeah, wingdings are in the shoulder. But once again, like the next to last page is Dick sitting on the bridge again, thinking, he'll from time to time he'll look in on Philip. I think it's best if I stay out of his life from now on. He needs family now.
I mean, that kind of made sense to me because he didn't really seem that keen on her anyway. Not keen on him anyway.
Yeah. All I'd be is a horrible reminder of everyone he's lost. The others probably don't remember what happened. Wish I was that lucky. But yeah, the bride's in a bad way, so she says to Groom she needs more energy, and he's like, I will, but only if you promise to marry me. So yeah, he heals her, and he's just like, I promise, once we're married, we will live happily ever after.
Feels weird though that you get someone's dying and you're like, I'll save you if you agree to marry me, and they're like, okay, and you're like, yes, mission accomplished. What?
Yeah.
You just basically
Well,
blackmailed somebody to marry you.
Well, he's a creeper. We get the 131, Mind Over Madness. And that the beginning of this one, we're flashing back to 1689.
Yeah. See, I think that's
yeah.
See, that's her name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Violet. Right. And see, and then in 1692, you've got the Salem witch trials and how Tituba, she's like, oh, I did it. I'm the witch. And you see her holding the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's Violet.
But then in the present, back in Kristen's favorite place, Staten Island, the Dark Side Bar. We see a bunch of criminals who we've never seen. I'm pretty sure we've never seen these characters before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think these are.
Because I know I had, but that didn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah, I think they were made up villains. I don't remember seeing any of these before. Yeah, because they come crashing in and you guys look. He thinks he's looking for Bride and Groom.
Right, which again, it's like such a Batman way to come in.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I guess Dick doesn't know like how old old Bride and Groom are, but I'm just like, is there any evidence, any proof that any of these criminals would know who Bride and Groom are?
Right, and he should suspect that something's up with them because he said when he was at the morgue or the autopsy place just before he got the call, oh, weird. Stuff like this has been happening for over 100 years. And then he sees her literally sucking the life juice out of some old man. I feel like it does not take that much to put, oh, this is something unusual. She's probably been doing this for a long time, aka she's old.
And they had no henchmen with them, so it's like, why would these people know? I mean, I guess unless he thinks they hear something on the street, but I'm just...
Well, or unless I mean, they do look young, so I suppose it's always possible that they've come to hang out at the bar. But yeah, I just don't understand. Like I said, I would have liked it better if he had just walked in the door and been like, "Hey, I need some help. Do you know anything?" Instead of busting in an extremely Batman way to like, boom, let me break some windows, do a little property damage, beat you up. Like, why would you do that?
Exactly. I don't know if it's just supposed to be, oh, Dick's angry because, a bunch of people, his friends are dead, this family he befriended is dead. Some woman he saw in a bookstore for 2 seconds is dead.
Yeah, but still.
No.
So yeah, then whatever, he's fighting people, blah blah blah.
Yes, but like the big dumb guy, yeah.
And he's like, okay, you're telling the truth. Like, obviously.
As long as you stay that way, as long as you don't ever come close to crossing the line. But yeah, and the first one of you that gets me the info I'm looking for gets one free pass.
All right, and then is this going to be revealed later when he's like, I've never seen him like that. I have a long time ago when we were younger. He was good, but I was always better.
Yeah, I think that is
the next one.
I believe that's next. Yeah, that'll be next week. Yeah. That'll be the next story arc, I believe. Yes.
Like, does this come up, or is this that weird assassin that we never see again, or that person who was whispering to him that we also never see again?
No, yeah, it's something else that's coming in the upcoming issues. So, yeah, we dropped a lot of stuff. The assassin, the whispery figure is already gone.
Yeah, it definitely seems like he had plans, and then those plans had to change.
But yeah, we see him like beating up some street gang that's almost dressed like ninjas. I guess looking for info.
Yeah. It's like, I wish he had done it in a somewhat nicer way.
Yeah, but then we see him hanging on the roof of a church, looking down on the graves of Raptor's family.
Bride and Groom at the public library. Groom trying to be practical, saying, I think we should leave the city. But she's like, no, I want to get him. Which is going to be their undoing.
Talk about leaving the city, but I will, as I promised, I'll be your wife, but only after this Nightwing has been destroyed. But then we see Dick working out, boxing with the guy from the hospice, the bouncer guy, Dennis. Which, of course, Dennis doesn't know he's already met Dick. But he sees Dick really hitting the punching bag. He's like, does it look like someone else you know?
Not so nice people.
But then Dick says he has to go teach his class.
Then we see the emphasis on he's getting darker because he's like, Dennis says, when you see too many people get blown up, it takes the mat away. And Dick's like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. Guess Dick's like, he's seen too many people get killed lately. It doesn't stop me from wanting to hurt the ones who did it. Oh, but now Bride and Groom walk in the bar.
No.
And kids, Bride and Groom walk into a bar, and it's no joke. Because the bartender's even like, you're the ones that wing. And they're like, you mean? She's like, you mean Nightwing? Tell me.
And unfortunately, Thomas looks at them and says 5 of them are useful and they're brimming. And so as Nightwing is on his way there, she unfortunately fed. And then boom, he comes in.
And I guess Dick must have seen them in the bar or something because he just crashes the motorcycle through the front window.
Yeah, I don't know. Either that or he's just being dramatic again. But there's something Thomas says his aura hurts. I have to cut it out of him. So I don't know if there's something probably to do with Dick being a hero, or I would say him being positive, but he hasn't been that positive in this.
I know. It's like, you're too weak, Nightwing. Nobody's ever been able to fight me. You're too weak, much too weak. But then, because he has a knife, but I guess he accidentally cuts his own neck.
Dick.
Well, yeah, he knees his hand.
Yeah, because he's trying to get it on Dick, and so Dick brings his knee up, and then.
But now Bride's like, no, well, if you died? What would happen to me? But then she uses her powers to set the bar on fire, and then we see Dick laying there in the middle of the fire at the end of the issue.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how the knife does what it does, because based on the picture, it's almost at Dick's shoulder, and then it definitely looks like his knee comes up and hits his hand. So I don't know. But,
yeah, I mean, I guess it must have come up just enough where Dick could knee his wrist or something, but
yeah, I mean, unless he was maybe in between those panels was kind of bringing the knife up, like, I'm bringing it up so I can stab it down on you, and he was like.
All right, so Nightwing 132. I like that cover. Dick just diving backwards off a building.
Yeah, although his face looks weird.
Yeah. But yes, I guess Dick got out of the bar because the first page we see him, with those super villains.
I would figure presumably they helped him since they all needed to get out of the bar as well.
Yes, and again, This is the first time I think we've name checked all of them, and again, I've heard of none of them, so I think they were created for this story. Aquarius, Snow, Charge, Power Punch, and Calcutta.
So yeah, you kind of see that we know that he put a tracking device on them.
Yep. So, oh yeah, was that a church or something they were hiding out in? But yeah, that's on fire now too.
Yeah, well, and then he goes. They play back the security camera, and we see they got married. And somehow, so it's like no kiss. It's finally time to share. And so when they grab each other, there's I don't know what is happening. Weird energy.
They're exchanging life forces.
Yeah, see, then that's where he's kind of explaining. He's like, I knew you're kind, and he says, conjurers, sorcerers, witches, necromancers, whatever you want to call it yourselves, your kind feeds on them, people, and I feed on you. So that's what it made me think that he's, yeah, like, I mean, I suppose an incubus is a kind of demon, so yeah, you're right, maybe some kind of energy vampire or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But again, we really don't. I mean, we get flashbacks, but it's like, how did they get these powers? Really, it's well, at least him. I mean, we don't know what's. But yeah, but Dick's trying to keep these villains in line, telling them we're not killing anyone. But then they show up, and yeah, Dick keeps having them kick Charge because Charge wants to fry him with electricity. Then the villains are pretty much trying to stop Dick so they can kill Bride and Groom.
So I was thinking that no, I was thinking that Groom did that. That he messes with their heads again, and that's
oh
why
yeah.
they're doing that. Because he's like, don't let him.
But then, yeah, because I think don't Bride and Groom get a? Oh no, because in the middle of the fight, Dick just kind of flashes back to 2 nights ago when he checked on Philip at his aunt's house. He's still thinking about the girl he saw in the bookstore for 2 seconds. But then he's thinking about Bride and Groom, and I see them laughing, oblivious to the pain they've caused. No, not oblivious, savoring. But yeah, he's talking about how the villains want to see them punished. And then I begin to understand how easy it would be, how cathartic it could be to consciously and deliberately step over that thin red line.
Violet sets one of them on fire. Callie.
Yep. She burns Calcutta to death. And Power Punch is basically strangling Bride, and she's like, Thomas, help. And the Groom's like, I can't, he's insane.
Like, oh, Dick gets him off.
Yep. But then Power Punch goes racing after them.
That one guy, wait, she's water and he's the temperature guy.
Yeah, they decide they're not. Yeah, they can't do this anymore. But yeah, Charge, the guy with the electricity, still there with Dick.
Dick's like, my term. He's like, we'll see. It's like, fair enough.
But Dick basically, while they're looking for Bride and Groom's telling Charge, is like, how much good you could do with your powers. But then, yeah, Power Punch is caught up to Bride and Groom and is about to crush them with a huge boulder.
But yeah, then she somehow Violet is like able to smash the boulder.
Yeah, I think she blows it up with her power. But then, Groom's like, he has the aura. He's one of them. He has that red aura.
Yeah, and she's like, woo.
Yep. You see him start withering, and then Dick shows up. But yeah, Groom's trying to make all them fight. Dick and the villains fight. And he's like, shh, for God's sake, you maniac, shut up.
He tells Charge to deal with her. He goes to deal with Thomas, and because Dick is angry with saying the names of those people, Groom can't get in his head.
Yep, basically just reading off a list of victims, yeah. Then Bride's down, he asks Charge, did you? He's like, nah, your rules, but you know something? Not killing her didn't make me feel any better.
Dick says baby steps.
Yes, they pick up Power Punch, who's all withered down now. And basically, because they're in a cave, and the Bride basically caves the cave in on her and Groom. So yeah, then they're at all the villains are at a funeral later.
I mean, it must be for Callie.
Yeah. We see Power Punch still in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you get better from that, do you?
I don't know. Maybe over time, can you build your strength back up? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, because like Charge is asking Nightwing, he's like, "You still don't know who they were?" And Dick's like, "Nah, even check the FBI files. Zip, they're total ciphers."
I mean, I kind of hope you can get better over time because Philip. I mean, it didn't really look like anything happened to Philip, so
yeah, no, I don't know how much.
As much.
Yeah, I don't know how long she was holding on to him, but the old Charge is like, at least they're dead, Dick. Maybe the whole damn cave fell in. People don't live through things like that. I'd bet my life on it, Dick. I wouldn't.
But who knows how much longer they'll last? Because on the last page we see he's like, "You saved me after everything." She's like, "There's still stuff I need to know. I have lots of questions." She says, "You've been keeping yourself alive from my energy, so I'm gonna feed on you."
So.
And then he looks really freaked out, like, ah.
So she's probably going to feed on him. Then, if she's strong enough, probably trying to tunnel her way out. But yeah, I don't think we've ever seen these two again. So
right, but but I'm also thinking if she feeds on him to the extent that he dies, eventually she's gonna run out.
well, as I said, unless she gets strong enough feeding off him to tunnel out of there or something.
Right, but if she doesn't,
oh yeah,
then she'd die too. And that's that.
It's one of those cautionary tales. He's fallen victim to his own little thing here.
Well, he's an energy vampire, so we shouldn't feel too bad for him.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of those horror stories. It's at the end. It's like, it's gonna die.
Plus, I feel like that's a classic comic book thing.
Oh yeah,
is that here are two bad people that you can't really destroy through normal means, so they're going to end up destroying each other because then it's nobody's fault. Then none of the heroes have to kill them, so to speak.
Oh yeah, and again, I think that isn't that like a trope of like fiction in general, where it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna die by the hands of the monster he helped create.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let me ask you this: do you think this week's issues were better than last week's issues? About the same? What do you think?
I think I enjoyed this one better.
Yeah.
More. I think that's partially. I think that's partially because, as you said, since I'm a historian, this kind of stuff, even though it's harder to fight these kinds of
Mm-hmm.
entities that are supernatural, I found this more interesting with the thing going back to history than the people building the
Yeah.
raptor suit. Plus, I felt like this one made more sense
And Dick had
than
more.
the.
Yeah, Dick had more stuff to do this time. Remember last week, and most of it, was just between chasing down raptors. Like, I should be dead.
Right, and there was that character, and at least all the characters in this seemed like they made sense and had a point.
Yeah.
As opposed to, yeah, last week there was that guy that we never really found out more about. So yeah, I like this one better.
And it's just so weird too, because it's like I don't think that assassin comes back from last week, where it's just Dick doesn't get his revenge. The guy just basically just kicks his butt and drops him in a grave, and that's it.
Well, then he probably went back to high school. So.
Oh, nice. Maybe graduated, went off to college. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, him and his iPod. He was like, bitchin'.
All right. Well,
if I remember of these three, I think this is probably going to be the one that I like the best, because I feel like there's some stuff coming up next time.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we should move. So I think I have 5 issues next week for more Marv Wolfman stuff. Yeah, 3, 4, 133,
Yeah.
3, 4. If I should move that back like a week or two and then move something up, just because the new issue comes out next week, I believe so.
Well, if you want, we can just do the new issue, and then next week we can do that one.
I mean, will we have enough just with one issue? I guess we will.
Well, will anything else come out next week?
I don't know. Again, it's like sometimes it's just a surprise. I'm like, oh, hey, Dick's in this issue.
Well, does World's Finest come out next week?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. World's Finest. What was that number?
12.
Oh, 12 already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
nice.
date from hell.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it does come out next week. Yes, all right, that's it. We're doing the new issue. We're doing Nightwing 101 and the date from hell. Yes, all right. All right, kids. So yes, we're gonna move back though. The Marvel.
That should give us plenty to talk about.
Yes. Yes, we can definitely do that. We're gonna make that happen, kids. All right. So, anything else on these ones, Kristen?
I think that's good.
All right. Wait till this. Wait till this summer. I gave you at least 2 or 3 episodes with Earth 2 Dick Grayson. Yes.
I can share this when we're talking about Earth 2, but I bought the Who's Who omnibus because it was on sale for pre-Christmas on one of the websites I go to. And apparently Earth 1 Dick Grayson and Earth 2 Dick Grayson are different heights. Earth 2 Dick Grayson from back in the day is taller.
Wow.
I know. He's 2 inches taller. He's 6 feet. My mind was blown.
Oh my. Sure it wasn't one of those like big collars or something.
I don't know. All will be revealed later.
All right, kids. So yes, next week all new issues. All right. So email us. Well, there won't be a lot of lead time, but yes, you can always email us and we'll read it the following week or something. But yes, if you can, well, again, they come out Tuesday. We'll probably talk about it Wednesday. So yes, if you know, read them, send your thoughts, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, one-stop shopping if you want to check out our YouTube videos, if you want links to social media accounts, if you want merchandise, if all of it, pretty much you can find everything at our new website, tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. And yes, I know that's a long address, but it's down there in the show notes. Every episode, every YouTube video, every podcast episode, it will be there. So just look down below. All right. And most importantly, again, more required reading. Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Go pick it up on Amazon.
I just hit an amazing milestone. I got an email from the publisher, and we have sold over 1,000 copies.
Really? Wow! Nice. That's right, kids. Be copy 1001. Go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder.
Only took 7.5 years.
Hey, man, you know what? I mean, I bet you there's people that don't sell like a tenth of that in 6 or 7 years. I mean, no, that's awesome.
I was stoked. I was like, yeah.
Nice. See, I didn't know she was a book big person in the book industry here. Yes, nice.
I don't know about that.
Well, again, there's people who put books out that don't sell a fraction of that. So good job. All right. So yes, kids. All right. All right. Now I can say this. Yes, kids, go pick up the wildly popular Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder on Amazon. Show your Valentine how much you love them. Get them Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Show your favorite person how much you love them on St. Patrick's Day next month. Pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder.
I wonder if there's like International Trapeze Artist Day or something. We should
Nice. Celebrate Kristen's upcoming birthday by picking up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. All right. All right. So that is it. Once again, most important, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. All right. Thank you for joining us again next week. All new issues. I do like that because we did that last time. So as long as we can keep that train going, maybe every 4 weeks, you'll get your new comics roundup.
If there's anything in the new ones, I usually try to read them on Tuesday. If there's anything in it that reminds me of something that's like a old issue from like Teen Titans, New Teen Titans or anything,
yes,
I'll let you know.
And hopefully one day we'll get the announcement when we're going to get the final half of Titans the last season. Guess they're not in a rush because it's the last season. I don't know.
At this rate, we're gonna see. They probably just want to,
yeah, I know,
juke the stats as they say to get the
I know,
views up. So it's like we're practically gonna have to go back and watch the first part because it's been so long. So like,
join us next time, same week time, same week channel.